Yes.
So far, I'm pleased with how you have gone through it, but I wish that you have a statement with you just to confirm situations.
You can share it with me, kindly. Thank you.
So, just few clarifications. So,
Yes.
let's see what's time. You have the statement before you. Please highlight before this court what times you were able to witness, between what times you were able to witness the happenings along City Hall side. If I make reference to the first one, the first log.
Okay. It indicates here at 1850 hours.
And for particular placing where exactly you are, you continue in your statement to say, outstanding.
Let me just cross-check this.
Good. So we will jump to the next paragraph.
Yes.
What then did you see?
So one of the two police officers in civics wearing a black cap, armed with a pistol and a club.
So please, I know you had gone through it with counsel,
Yes.
but just for purposes of clarity
Yes.
on exactly how these persons were dressed, please go over that again. They had a
He had wearing a black cap,
was armed with.
armed with a pistol and a club.
Good. There is also a further description of how he was wearing.
Yes, a dark blue, a black dark jacket and a cap and a blue jeans. Sports shoes, white.
Now, this person that you saw, you believe to be a police officer in civilian. Is that your statement?
Correct.
You proceed to say further that district.
Yes, that I further wish to state that I can physically identify the said officer who shot the demonstrators with live bullets, if given a chance.
Good. So what you're telling this court is that given an opportunity to have 5 or 10 men here,
Yes.
in civilian clothing,
Yes.
you're able to point out that indeed this is the one who shot at the civilians.
Correct.
Good. The counsel asked you whether you were able to see the victim who was shot on that particular day. Were you able to see them?
No.
He also asked whether you were behind them.
Yes, I was behind them. I'll say I was behind the police officers who were shooting.
So that your testimony is not thrown away, please describe how you would relate this person shooting, being behind them, and this person you are saying that indeed you saw them shooting.
I'll relate because I saw them coming from. I will see their faces when they're approaching. They actually turned and looked, because we were the only ones on that street by that time. They turned and looked at us, and then they turned, proceeded, made the turning towards where they started now shooting. The guys started now shooting.
Your Honor, that would be it from me, particularly because of what exactly he has said. Thank you.
Okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yes.
Slightly what? Taller or slightly shorter or my height?
That's why I stood next to you, because remember I said he passed me.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to figure out.
Yes.
I had one chance
Yes.
of him measuring his height using my
So
my
what is your
height.
estimation?
Nearly your height.
Nearly my height.
Yes.
Very well. What about the other plain clothes police officer? What was his skin complexion?
Darker.
Darker than myself?
No, darker than you.
Okay. Height?
Shorter than you. Nearly my height, but a little bit shorter than me.
Nearly your height.
Yes.
Very well. At that intersection of Wabera Street and Mamangena, that's where you tell us the police turned from Supreme Court building into Mamangena Street.
Yes.
Also, to bring into perspective that road, it is the road that has a Java restaurant.
Correct.
It has a formerly Barclays Bank, Queensway, now ABSA.
Yes. Now, Barclays is on the left.
On the left.
Java is on the right. Yes.
And on the right, there is also International Lifehouse you mentioned.
Correct.
Going down that road, at the corner is Corner House.
Yes.
Past the Kemadi Street junction, you find Norwich Union Towers.
Correct.
And at that junction at Kemadi Street, we have a Hilton Hotel
Yes.
on the right.
Correct.
And there's a cooperative bank at Hilton Hotel. Would you recall?
At Hilton Hotel.
Yes. The other end overlooking the People's Park. If you don't recall,
I don't recall.
You don't recall.
I'm not certain.
All right. You tell us that the police came from towards Wabera Street and they moved the crowd of protesters down towards Moi Avenue.
Yes.
How was the interaction?
Hostile.
What do you mean by hostile?
Because definitely when you're being shot at,
Yes.
you have got no time to be walking or moving peacefully. You'll have to run helter-skelter.
Yes.
Yes.
At what point did the shooting start?
Immediately they passed the entrance of KCB.
Immediately they passed KCB, Mamangena Street.
Yes.
They started shooting.
Correct.
Were these only the 6 police officers, or were there more police officers?
There was no one else on that street walking.
Yes.
No one else.
Yes.
Coming from this side towards Moi Avenue, there was no one. The crowd was now moving from Hilton side, trying to advance towards now City Hall.
Towards City Hall.
Yes.
Along Mamangena Street.
Correct.
We have had eloquent testimonies in this court that there were 2 criminal gangs in town on that day, around that time, that were fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Considering where you were studying on that day at that hour in town,
Yes.
how would you relate the protest and the violence that was?
First of all, I'll say that's
Well, Your Honor, I think the limit of cross-examination is relevance and admissibility. I have not had counsel saying my question of the answer that will proceed forth is inadmissible or irrelevant. The purpose of cross-examination is to test the veracity of the evidence being given.
okay. I would say that is not the case because, as I said previously, when I was in all the protests, I walked around. At no one point did I encounter any gangs fighting. I'll only say on 25th, after things went from bad to worse, is when I saw.
I want us to limit ourselves to this particular day.
Correct, okay.
Yes. Did you see gangs or groups of people who are fighting each other that can be described as two criminal gangs?
No.
What would be your description of the opposing forces in the protest?
It was
My Lord, we are pleased to accommodate the prosecution. One case.
And as long as this country is being ruled by murderers, these criminals and liars, they will always defend their own. We will never get justice as long as the people who are in power are murderers, thieves and liars. But Mary said, in a world where criminals makes all the rules, you cannot expect great justice. We cannot continue waiting for justice forever. The parents of these children are grieving. 25 people, more than 60 people were killed by the police, and everybody knows that. Nobody, that's a truth you cannot hide. You cannot continue killing us and continue ruling us. We have to stand up for this country. We have to stand up for the truth. No matter what they do, we are going to rescue this country. We are going to save this country. And we must all stand up together and finally save Africa from neo-colonial rulers, from neo-colonial powers. Because Africa is still being ruled by the West. We are using the institutions that were bestowed upon us by colonialists. That is why our people are living in guilt. You are killing us and you are coming to us as such kind of courage, humiliating us further. Making more shame and pain upon the parents of the children we are killed on that day. We cannot take it anymore. We must stand up and speak the truth. I will die for this country. I will die speaking the truth. I will never keep silent when our people are suffering. We are going through so much. This country has suffered for so long. For 60 years, we have never gotten justice. We will never get justice. The other day, I was attending the case of Baby Pendo. 8 years, the case is still pending in Kenyan courts. What's the role of the Kenyan courts? What's the role of the judiciary? Why do we pay you? Why are you sitting there? The judges, the magistrates, everybody. It's because of corruption. Everybody is corrupt in this country. We are all corrupt. The leaders, the judges, the magistrates, everybody is corrupt. A country that is corrupt, we can never get justice. We will never get justice. Rasnawara said and lamented that one day, one person will stand and lament and say, here lies the ruins of a country destroyed by greed. We are being destroyed by greed. There's no turning back. We must save this country. We must sing our future. They are stealing everything. There's no money around. The economy has country. Corruption has reached shocking levels in this country. I don't know whether you understand the damage that corruption causes to our people. Go to our hospitals and see our people are dying in pain, in shame, in indignity, because they cannot afford medical care. But when these thieves, when their parents or children get sick, they go to Europe for treatment. They have destroyed the education system. When they want to educate their children, they take them to European countries. No way, we cannot live like this. We cannot live like this. I'm tired of being a slave in my own country. I'm tired of living as a slave in my own country. I'll fight to the death for the freedom of my people, for the freedom of Africa. And time has come for us to unite. Black people, we must unite. Black power must arise. We cannot take one more day of these murderers and these liars and corrupt leaders. No way, my people. No way. I don't know whether you feel the pain that I'm feeling today. We can never get justice. You never get justice in the court. You will never get. The case of Baby Pendo was there. Now the people who are in charge at that time are campaigning for high offices in this country, where we have no voice, where we cannot get judged, where we cannot be, where we are treated like criminals in our country, like animals. I mean, worse than animals. We are human beings for crying out loud. We are all human beings, and we have our dreams, we have our hopes, we have aspirations, but all these have been captured like greed and gratitude and faruga. Now tell me, where are the witnesses? For holding more Kenyans, for arresting more Kenyans, extorting money from Kenyans,